Hello, this is Dave, and welcome to Equity Story. And just as normal, this is just general share advice and not personal advice. Just a quick overview of the markets, and you can see. I'll have a look at the Dow. You can see last night the market had a little bit of a bounce, but not much. I think obviously, like we said, the trend is still down, and when you've got sort of a week down, a week Nasdaq, you know, our market is going to suffer. And actually, we're not doing too badly this week. We're actually holding up quite well, though we're slightly down from the beginning of the week. But I do think be careful. The general trend is possibly that we're going to go a lot lower. Now, it doesn't mean there's not money to be made, and this is the great thing about the charts. They direct us to those stories, which certainly I think possibly we could make some money with. Before I do that, I just have a look at some stories that put out some announcements today. Maya was absolutely superb, and again, just reading this, delivered sales growth of 74.8% the first 6 weeks of the half. So you know what? I'm a little bit worried about this. Talk about a canary in a coal mine. Uh, I don't think the RBA so far. I know interest rates are going up on properties, but the economy certainly, or parts of the economy are certainly not slowing. So I'd be sort of happy for Maya, but I'd be taking this as a little bit of a warning that I think our interest rates are going to go up maybe a little bit higher than what we all think at the moment. So just and obviously if that happens, we know that the general markets and the stock market is going to possibly find it hard going over the next 3 or 4 months. Um, SXE again just doesn't fail to deliver and have been a superb equity. I wouldn't be buying it now. If you're in it, hold it. We put this on as a dividend stock with growth, and on a really difficult year, how well has this done? It's given us great dividend and great growth, a little bit like IGL. So again, hats off to Mr. Wolf again. Again, just a superb pick, and I think got about 30 million in contracts. So it just delivers. It just keeps on delivering. So superb. Um, GL1, and I'm going to talk about mineral resources in a second. So mineral resources has increased its stake in GL1. I had this on Einstein's. Obviously, why wouldn't you? Good breakout and bang, up it goes. Possibly going higher. We know that everybody is really, really excited and going a little bit crazy on lithium. And that brings me to the story that we're going to put on as buy today. And the story is MIN, Mineral Resources. And the little bit of the logic behind this is, I suppose the cat's out of the bag. So what they're looking to do is list their lithium, whatever we're going to call it, their lithium company, their mineral lithium company, um, on the US market. Now, there's been some very UBS has done, and I've been reading about this, and this is why I'm sorry the video is a little bit late. I've been doing a lot of research into what the value could be once these assets are sort of spun out, and they're talking somewhere in the region. I'm going to sort of, without going into all the ins and outs of it, it could be worth around 60 to 70 maybe dollars a share, which is actually double where they're trading. So I can understand the logic for mineral resources, obviously, to uh, divest their assets and separately list their lithium assets on the US market. It makes 100% sense. I I think when you look at these numbers, where there's so much upside, even if you said maybe it's $100 over the next 3 or 4 months, or 110 bucks, I think it's just ticking a lot of boxes. The valuation looks very, very good. Lithium is, we're seeing the lithium stocks are doing superb. Iron ore is holding up very, very well. The chart is looking excellent. So we're going to put this as a buy today, as a 1 year trade, and a buy at 71.70, maybe 71.80. Um, and we're going to have a target price of somewhere around that $100 area, which hopefully it can deliver that in some sort of return for us over next year. And again, we're just going to use a normal stop loss on this, and I think we'll maybe use that. Maybe go a little bit tight. No, I'm going to use a trend line. Why not? These stocks can be a little bit volatile. and I'm going to use that sort of maybe 55 to look around like $54 stop. Um, I just think it's ticking a lot of boxes, this story, and and you know, if you look at all these valuation by UBS, I think it's looking extremely interesting. So there's a trade that we could put on today, and good luck, and hopefully those, you know, it'll do reasonably well. Um, just having a look at a few other stories now. I'm not going to put them on today, but certainly CRN up 9%. That's exactly what we wanted to see. We want to see the sentiment change in the story. If this one's looking like this, for me, there's money to be, could be potentially be money to be made in the stock. There is the area at the moment, the special little area of, and I went through this morning the whole of the ASX 300, and really, I mean, there's a few stories. AMP didn't look bad. Funny enough, AMP, believe it or not, right? Um, RMD, but I mean, 95% of them don't, of the trends or the charts don't look very good in the ASX 300 at the moment. There's just a few that don't look too bad, but CRN is one of those. It's in the right sector with coal. Coal, generally speaking, doing very well, and I think potentially, we've got to trade on this, but I'm going to wait till tomorrow before I put it on. The other one is AAC. Again, you know, I've started to like it last week. I've started to get that breakout, but I think if it looks like this by tomorrow, by the time I do the video, I think we can go for it and put this on as a nice little trade, and possibly a nice little trade up to $2 or maybe $2.10. Yeah, we're just looking to scalp a nice little 5-6%. Elders, again, you know, it's broken out, it's looking good. Again, I just want to wait to see where it is tomorrow. If Elders is looking like this, maybe around this sort of level by tomorrow, I think we could go for it. And again, you're just seeing these few sectors, aren't you? Coal, um, agriculture, just a few sectors that are still doing reasonably well. So again, absolutely love the price action, and again, potentially this could be put on as a trade tomorrow. But it looks like at the moment it should definitely be on Einstein's anyway. Um, and again, what we can see is, you know, it's some of the lithium stocks are just trending. We see PLS still going, looking very strong. LEL, Little Lit Energy, not looking too bad at all. AGY, good little breakout. This is maybe one of the nicest charts I've seen. And again, just want to wait till tomorrow. But if it looks like that, I think that'll be a nice little story to put on tomorrow, or definitely it'll be on Einstein's. And also little power minerals, just starting to have that little breakout and starting to break out. And again, if it can end above that sort of 70 cents by the end of the week, possibly there could be a nice little 10 or 20% in this. Again, risky, so have a tight stop on the story, but it's not looking too bad at all. And again, you can see, you know, the coal stories, Whitehaven up again. Just shows the logic, doesn't it? These stories are just keep listing those stop losses on it, really. YAL again holding up quite nicely, and I think BCB. So these coal stories, just it's just not the momentum in them is certainly not going away anytime soon. Um, MEK, watch this space. You know, this is our little gold buy. We like, I think oil was up again last night. You can see Woodside, Santos, you know, having a pretty good week compared to other stories. And again, I think if you're looking for that long-term trade, certainly oil, these energy stocks we're extremely bullish on. Um, but there's our trade today. Come on, I think we've got to get in mineral resources. Um, there's a lot of risk, obviously. It's lithium. We know all these sort of resources stocks is risk, but the upside from spinning off their lithium assets looks a lot bigger than I actually realized it could be. So let's go for it, and have a lovely day. And I'll see you tomorrow on Trade Watch. But I'm more excited as well to be having another Ask the Analyst live tomorrow at 12 o'clock. So look forward to seeing you there. And thank you very much for listening to Equity Story. Bye bye.